Thank you, Andrew. There's young Andrew Rains, and he's done all right too. He's had 6 possessions, and he's got a kicking style that certainly reminds us of his illustrious father. Boys, what do you reckon? Kane Johnson's not playing today. He's got to be one candidate. Young Mark Coughlin's been talked about.
Yes, and probably the two I would have chosen. Maybe you have to throw maybe Brad Ottens into that category as well.
Joel Bowden and maybe even Matthew Richardson.
I have absolutely no doubt that Mark Coughlan should be the next captain of Richmond.
I have absolutely no doubt it should be Matthew Richardson, Chriso.
You talked about learned people.
That's
Andrew.
why we're up here and you're down there.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Second half underway from the MCG. Ball gets the tap, Tigers get the clearance. That's the way it worked in the first half for a lot of the time. Jude Bolton, though, sending the Swans in the O'Loughlin direction. Again, lots of numbers around him. Good body on the line stuff by both Hartigan and O'Keefe. And there's O'Loughlin seducing the ball tight along the line. It goes.
Ooh.
Who wants it? Coughlan. Jackson. Back to Bolton. Add a bit more on it than he thought. And Gasper slides in nicely for the mark. Moving it quickly. Switch is on. Dangerous. Somehow it found its target. Hyde. He's got Fleming running forward. He's got Hartigan now. He can go. He can go. And kicks poorly. Leo Barry cutting it off. And they link up Bolton and gets it back. Eventually they work it out. And Kennelly got ball through the middle. Now this is Barry again. He's got someone running for him at half forward. It's O'Keefe. He's away. Lead comes from Hall. Had too much on it. Campbell there to clean up. Bowden, maybe a little fancy from the Tigers. Brown, Crouch, and the ball is over and out.
At the risk of repeating myself, Richmond are not going to win today unless they man up that loose player in their attacking 50, because Leo Barry and Schwabel are both minding Matthew Richardson, and he's got absolutely no chance. So a loose player in the Sydney defence, but they've got more options. Goods gets it down. Here's one of them, Michael O'Loughlin. Little fumble, but still plenty of time. Williams somehow was able to get it to Ablett. Kirk through the congestion. O'Keefe, little pirouette now. Kennelly out wide looking for Ablett.
Got Goods.
He chips towards Goods and takes it on the half volley. Now a handball out wide. Crouch. Kirk can kick a goal from 15 metres, and he does. Too easy, Sydney. So the Swans have the first goal of the second half, and their margin now is out to 18 points, and it's becoming critical for the Tigers.
Well, it is, and they've just got to make sure they match the intensity that they dished out early in that first half. And that goal really does hurt the Tigers. Of course, Brett Kirk having another very good game. 11 disposals today.
Danny Frawley, will he make a change? Will he change that forward setup with Richo having 2 on him? Fleming couldn't extract it out of the middle. Gasper comes up to meet it. The Swans, though, able to get it out onto the Goods direction. He just waited long enough. Kirk's got the slickest hands in the business. Bolton wasn't a great handball, but Kirk will get it back from the Crouch movement into the pocket. Davis, oh, clever thinking from Nick Davis, and the ball was doing its best on remote control to get back through the big sticks, but it just couldn't manage it. And Nick Davis, that's about the only way he's going to miss if he takes on shots with a degree of difficulty as that.
Just clever, as you said, Hutto. Not too many players would think about kicking the ball off the ground.
Dangerous kick in from Campbell, and Bowden's lucky enough to get the free kick. And has just injured himself in the process. Hopefully he's okay. 11th disposal, just chips it short, but to Roden. Possessions already in this third term. 27 to Sydney, just 9 to Richmond as he kicks high. Oh, big lead from Kennelly. And he just thumps it over the boundary line. As we look at Lachlan, that was a bit crude. So a boundary throw in. Southern side, MCG, basking sunshine. At the back, Bevan. Now Maxfield tries to get through the congestion, slips the handball. Kirk out wide, O'Keefe in front of Campbell. So Ryan O'Keefe just decides to bomb it long towards full forward. Numbers with the Tigers. Chaffee in the end up spoiling Gasper. A little handball over the head was ineffective. So a boundary throw in. And there's a look at Schwabel, Richardson and Barry. And that's the task that confronts Matthew Richardson. And if Richmond are going to win, he's got to kick a bag full, and he's not going to do it playing on two guys. We've got to man that man up. As Goods, deft little touch. Davis around the body. He is close. It's the post. So Nick Davis now 3 goals, 2. He's blotted his copybook. The margin out to 20 points.
Spearing kick in. He's quick and effective to Callaway. He's got Coghlan pushing up on the wing. Not much else on other than the very shortest of options.
Well, they should have a spare man. As you said, Chriso, Leo Barry is the free man in the Swans' defence.
This is Hyde. He's played every game this year for the Tigers. Campbell and Weller, the targets. Weller couldn't mark. Again, just good shot from Roden. He was able to get away with it. Kept it moving. Weller kept it alive. Cracker. Here's Richardson, 1 versus 2. He almost brings it down. But once again, it looks like numbers will prevail. Hardigan working at the feet of Richo, who gets another chance. Somehow, he gets clear. Oh, Richo! Almost a sensational effort. Matthews, close quarters, the Swans able to just hang on to it, manipulate it, and get it outside the defensive 50. And now they've got some loose players through the middle of the ground. Good directing of traffic by Goods. He said swing it into the middle, and Ablett can go. Ablett deep and long and strong. Hall shoves off Bowden. Couldn't take the mark. O'Loughlin's there, ready to pounce. He can't. They've kept them honest down there in defence. Well done by Jackson. Gets it to Fleming, and now Hardigan. And the circle work will wind up again.
What they need is someone sweeping around the back of Matthew Richardson.
Tevendale kicks out wide. Chaffee's run from half-back. Richardson leads. The kick in Richardson's direction, and it gets to him. Play on the call. Oh, dear. Cracker hard up against the line. Brown needs to kick on his right boot, but he kicks to a nest of Sydney players. And one of them just puts the hand up and takes the mark. Was that a mark to Richardson? Or
I thought it was.
Or a free kick.
Bevan threads it. Brown did brilliantly, but has given away the free kick in the process. Didn't have his eyes on the ball as Williams. Short, Jude Bolton on the wing. Delivers to half forward. Gasper, oh, it beats Hall one-on-one.
Why is that a free kick against Nathan Brown, Chris? He made no contact with Paul Williams at all.
50.
No, that's exactly right, Andy. If he touched the ball only and didn't make contact, it shouldn't be a free kick.
Oh, there's no contact.
And here's the Richardson effort.
Oh, well, it did hit the ground.
So Gasper's got it, and he kicks across the ground. Now Fleming runs to full measure, and now bounce from Tim Fleming. Richardson wants it long. Kicks towards that player at the back. Cracker flew. Perhaps could have been better advised to stay down, and Barry just sockers it into the post.
And that was the opportunity for a Richmond player to sweep around the back of Matthew Richardson. He's drawing 2 opponents. So there needs to be a hard-working Richmond half forward leading towards a goal square, which will provide a target for another Richmond forward.
50-metre penalty. Paid from the kick in. A little hard to work out what that was exactly for. But Maxfield is certainly not complaining. As Richmond move their defensive zone back 50. Maxfield decides to swing it out to Matthews. The immediate options are manned up, so he'll switch or dangerous. Flirting here, but there's the mark. Not paid to Crouch, but hanging on was paid.
Be lucky there, Sydney.
They could go up to Bolton here, who's just floating, gets a tough bounce, and Tivendale did well. Chaffee. This is Campbell.
We've got numbers back for Swans.
So absolutely nowhere to go. Campbell had to just hang on to it. At least he did that. He just got a handball away in the end. Complete roadblock. And now, Kennelly gets the skates on, and they are away to Maxfield. Linking up through the middle, Snyder will have to give to Williams. Oh, that was superb. Hurried kick was okay. And O'Loughlin in front. It's hard work to find a path through all that. But the creative handball from Snyder, just the sense that Williams was there, was terrific stuff, and it should result in a goal.
Yeah, great pressure by the Swans, and the build-up was caused by Ty Kennelly, who took the bit between the teeth and ran the ball, and the Swans were able to link up by hand, which they've done so well this quarter.
(23-9) in this quarter for handballs for the Swans. So that's how they're trying to counter-attack the Richmond pushing numbers back. And Michael O'Loughlin, he was off target in the opening half, but he's found the middle there. And the Swans lead extends out beyond 4 goals, 25 points, and it's going to be a hard road back for the Tigers.
Yes, it certainly is. And we just watched the play, and Schneider at close, or under pressure, getting the handball off to Williams, and the kick with the instep of the boot, but it was able to find O'Loughlin, and Michael O'Loughlin now 1-3. So the margin now out to 25 points in favour of the Swans. Ray Hall, well done by Kirk. Oh, that was a great tap from Schneider into the path of Crouch. He couldn't quite control it. He's over it now, but the Tigers are able to tie it up, and we'll get a bounce between centre and centre-half forward for the Sydney Swans. The Swans have kicked the last 6 goals in the match. So certainly dominated proceedings. Nichols scrambles a kick out wide. Foot race. Hyde leads in the race. Can he take it cleanly? He can, but he's well tackled by Schneider, wrestled over the line, so a boundary throw in on the southern wing. Fans enjoying a day at the football. Round 22, the final match for the Tigers under coach Danny Frawley. There's a Fleming-Bolton matchup. 11 disposals apiece. Ball gets it down towards Kirk. Going nowhere, so we'll get another bounce.
Huge numbers around this ball.
Loose player in Richmond's defence is Kellaway, and Leo Barry playing that same role in the Sydney defence. And again, scrambly play from the boundary throw-in, so another bounce.
And this is where the Swans have got on top around the stoppages. Of course, Doyle getting his hand a ball.
Big pack of players around the football. Nathan Brown. Coghlan was taken high in the tackle. No free kick. Richmond fans vent their displeasure. There you go. Clearly taken high. Umpire must have been blindsided. Tackler was Crouch. Ball again, this time down to Jude Bolton. Kick ineffective. Nichols overruns it. Gee, it's ugly football at the moment.
Yeah, 3 or 4 ball ups in the last minute of play.
Halfway through the third term, Tigers got away to a great start. Led by 15 points deep into the first quarter, but really since then it's been all Sydney. Jude Bolton, that was very good. Luke Ablett away, drives it long towards full forward. O'Loughlin and Hall. Oh, Bowden. Been very good again today. He's got the big task on Barry Hall, but he's done it beautifully at the moment. Bowden to Chaffee. Loose player Hyde on the wing. This is where it breaks down for Richmond. He kicks long towards Richardson, who's got to beat a couple, and this time the kick from Hyde is perfect. But he's too far out to score. Now Ray Hall's back. He leads for Richardson. That's ignored. Swans have got numbers back. Decides to load up, wobble it to the goal square. Shorble in front, good pressure from Schultz at the full road, and almost he got a half chance, couldn't quite take it. Fights on at ground level, ball still in dispute. Tivendale's wrestled to the ground and a bounce 20 metres from Richmond's goal.
Well, it's not a bad result for the Tigers, able to set up.
Matthew Richardson, must be frustrating for him. He's got a couple to beat today. But a goal scoring opportunity for Richmond. What an understatement to say they desperately need one. Brown missed it. Kennelly. Another bounce.
Nathan Brown not happy. He reckons he's being held on to by Crouch at the stoppages.
Bounce. Tigers deep into attack. Dumped out by Barry. Hyde close to the line. Good little handball. Cracker. Wheels onto the right boot. Kick towards half forward. Schneider. Jude Bolt. And the Swans out of trouble.
Hand swings it out wide to Goods. Not paid by the umpire. Hit the turf. Oh, Shorble clumsy. And out on the full. So Cracker and the Tigers get another chance to reload. Quickly gets it off.
Well, they've got no one deep, the Tigers.
Campbell to Callaway. Oh, he looked up and just kicked it anyway. Went for Richo. Barry playing in front. It's just hard to see how they could possibly score under their current setup. Swans, on the other hand, can get some fast breaks going. Schneider got 3 Richmond players to confront. And Hardigan was able to win it. And now Gasper as the Tigers surging forward. And they're going to run into some problems here. Schultz, gee, stood up beautifully. Billy Nichols stood up beautifully in the tackle. Got it into at least to a one-on-one. But Richo looks dispirited and perhaps a little injured as well. Just labouring. Has Big Doyle takes the mark from the Shorble kick. Guides it onto the wing. Nix has had a quiet day. Can link up with Matthews here by hand. He's got O'Loughlin coming out of the square. Wobbles it in, and O'Loughlin playing in front. Takes the mark as the Swans make a change with Adam Goods about to come off the ground.
Great transition to play by the Swans. Very good usage. O'Loughlin on the lead, always hard to stop.
He's kicked 1 goal, 3.
And he just took that grab. He actually jumped early so he could protect the ball, which took young Jackson out of the equation.
The fitness of Michael O'Loughlin is something that is just paramount for the Swans if they're going to have a successful finals campaign. I think it was this game last year where he got injured against Melbourne. He's such an effective forward. He's got his second. And while the Tigers have stopped, they've restricted the Swans in terms of the number of goals they've kicked down to 9, but Richmond have just been unable to score themselves.
Well, they have, and just watching Matthew Richardson at the moment, he's very tired. He has 2-on-1, and it is hard work. It is very hard work playing on 2 opponents.
And Richmond, 48 minutes since their last goal.
Well, they've manned, sorry, Michael, they've actually manned Leo Barry up. Gasper has gone to him.
Well, finally it's happened. As we're back in the centre, margin 31 points. Fleming fighting hard.
They've still got Kennelly on his own, drifting across half-back, though, fellas, so he could always be that extra man playing back if he needs to.
Yeah, but at least they got 3 taller forwards up in their forward half.
Now Kennelly's
30 metres out from
now
goal.
Weller's going back to play on Kennelly, so
Swans are now Kennelly's trying to call someone else to come out.
we'll get a bounce, but at least gives Richardson a chance now. Marsh decisively into the path of Roden, couldn't quite control it. And again, the ball in dispute. And I just wonder whether Paul Roos might be thinking of this very game, this very round last year when Michael O'Loughlin was a star. He kicked 5 against Melbourne, then injured his hamstring in the dying minutes of the game.
Here comes Ryan O'Keefe, boys, to make that extra man in defence.
We could have all 36 players in the attacking 50 for the Tigers, but at least they'd have a chance as Nichols kicks it out wide into space. Leading in the race, Kellaway. He's got 3-on-1 here, the Tigers. Campbell. Good assistance provided by Hartigan. He's got some confidence. He's a good young player. Now he's confronted with a problem. Nichols. Brown. Kicks it back to centre half back. Blumfield. Bowden. And eventually Campbell marks on the wing. Kicks it in short. Mark taken by Roden. Just forward of the wing. He takes them on. Well done, David Roden. That's what they've got to do. Play on at all costs. Campbell kicks short. Weller not quite. He dives back. He would have been pushed in the back, I thought, but no. Bounce on attacking 50. As we look back towards the goal square, I don't know how they've done it, but Leo Barry is free again, and he's playing 10 metres in front, and there he is in the middle of the screen, just by himself at the top of his defensive goal square. Doyle. Now there's a free kick, is there? It'll come to Richmond, not paid by the umpire in control.
Go to Nathan Brown, I think. He's been screaming for it for a long time, that he's saying that every stoppage Jared Crouch is infringing on him, and eventually he's had his way.
All day, Hutto, he's been drawing the attention of the umpires to that.
Well, he finally got what he deserved, the free kick. Free kicks 10 Sydney, 7 Richmond. And as we mentioned, Coghlan kicked Richmond's last goal back at the 25-minute mark in the first quarter as Brown from outside 50 scrapes it in for a behind. No, he didn't even do that. Free kick to Sydney.
That was so clearly a behind. I cannot believe they've come up with that call.
It looked as though it scraped in from here.
Yeah. Andrew Maher, always controversial.
It's good that we've got 3 goal umpires.
And the Swans make a bit of a meal of this one. They might get out of it. Barry, Kirk, back to Buchanan, and now Doyle. He sets a bit of a task for Maxfield. Going to give Chaffee a look in here. But Shawball showing his dexterity. Gives it back to Maxfield. Oh, he just hesitated. He had a lack of options, and that's actually what caused him to wait. Advantage paid.
3-on-1, Richardson.
Let's see how he goes.
Oh, he's got to beat 5.
5-on-1.
It's becoming a bit of a farce here at the MCG as Doyle blasts away from Maxfield. He marks, puts the head down on the bottom up, streams away, blasts into the forward line, and guess what? They've got a loose man as well. It's exciting stuff as Campbell brings it along the wing, back into the middle. Oh, turnover City, but there's a chance for Fleming. There's a whistle. It's a Sydney free, and it's going to come back to Ben Matthews. Oh. And they're lining up, the Swans. I don't know how that happened, but there was 3 of them away to the left, and Hall takes the mark.
It's quite incredible. The Swans have 5 players loose down one end, yet the Tigers couldn't get enough numbers back on the rebound.
So what does that all mean? They're not working hard enough.
Well, I think their work rate has dropped off.
Or maybe the other mob just worked extra hard.
So Barry Hall to line up for goal. He has had a very off day. 4 marks, just the 5 disposals. 2 behinds. Maybe it'll turn for him here. He's had a wonderful season, right in contention for All-Australian selection. That's a better looking kick. Thank goodness. Bit of class on display at last here at the MCG as Barry Hall takes the Swans to 10-9-69 and Richmond 4-8-32. That was what the free kick was for.
Yeah. Fairly fortunate there, Ben Matthews, and it just caught the Richmond players out. Couldn't get numbers back. Barry Hall on the lead.
Danny Frawley. Just over a quarter left in his coaching career at the Richmond Football Club. Doyle. Jude Bolton fighting hard at ground level. Somehow was able to get it out to Kirk, who scrambles and kicks forward. Well done by Hartigan. Brown forced to kick quickly and poorly. Jude Bolton. Oh, loose play, Davis. And Nick Davis has marked 45 metres from goal. And as you can see, slight angle. And he is such a wonderful kick that you would give him every possible chance. Good play from Bolton, not waiting to see who was going to man the mark, but just charging off and delivering to Nick Davis, who's kicked 3 goals in the first half, and a couple of half opportunities that he was able to scramble behinds for in the second half. So 3 goals to his tally. From outside 50, he leans back and he's missed this, and missed it by quite a way. So 3 goals, 3 the tally for Davis this afternoon.
That's just ruined his stats for the year.
Yeah.
It's 16 goals, 4 coming in. Wayne Campbell, 21 possessions for the day. Trying to engineer the way out of defence for the Tigers. Forced to go long this time. Haven't seen that too many times. Gasper was the target. Doyle trying to keep it in the forward line, but couldn't achieve that. Tivendale emerges with it on the wing. Oh, watch out! Was it high? It was only just high. It was very vigorous, that's for sure. Buchanan was the man who made the attack. And it was high and a little reckless, so...
There it was. He just didn't need to jump. Could have gone at the hips.
And it looks like it had a bit of an impact on Tivendale. Ben Marsh moves it quickly, gives Richo a chance. In fact, it drops shorter. And Gasper takes the mark.
Well, their first mark inside 50 this quarter.
Darren Gasper has had a torrid season. There's another look at the Buchanan. Appeared to be more top of the desk and neck, really, than head.
I don't think there's anything in it, but just reckless. Just didn't need to jump and go high.
Tigers have kicked 2 goals, 4 from set shots. Darren Gasper, little unwieldy, but very effective. Well done, Gas. So the Tigers get their 5th of the day. Been a long time coming. And Big Ben Marsh sending it forward. And the future of Darren Gasper is fairly intriguing as well, as to whether the Tigers will try and get a trade for him, or Terry Wallace will have the faith that as a contracted player that he can recapture his best.
Yeah, well, he hasn't had a great season, but that's what the Tigers need, a bit of trust in one-on-one contest. They've got to have a bit of trust in their teammates. Not only focusing the ball at Matthew Richardson, they've got to go to other avenues. 62
minutes between goals. Their last goal at the 25-minute mark of the opening quarter, and we'll get a secondary bounce in the centre. As the siren sounds for 3/4 time, and the Swans, well, they were impressive in terms of the way they shut Richmond down in their attacking zone, and they lead at 3/4 time 10-10-70 to Richmond 5-8-38.
Yeah, and I think you said it there. They shut them down around the stoppages, and Brett Kirk had an outstanding quarter along with Ben Matthews. They're winning the contest. They're able to find their forward targets, unlike Richmond, who just can't find a focal point up forward.
So 3/4 time, and the Swans 10-10-70, the Tigers 5-8-38.